Charlemagne thinks Trump is going to put him in prison.
Okay, that's a take that I hadn't heard before.
But what do you now? Charlemagne is very Democrat. Like, obviously, he's going to have some bias that goes into this. But what is your take, and how do you see that relationship going?
I just think that when you've got two people with so much power and ego, and I do, from what I can tell, Elon's ego and that sort of self-focused self-belief, like it's me, and like I'm going to be the center of all of this, seems to be ramping up. That is probably a pretty dangerous cocktail, based on like some stories and stuff that I've heard about behind the scenes from Trump about some levels of vulnerability and then sort of like flimsy senses of he doesn't like to be shown up, doesn't like to be sort of upstaged, and
I don't know if Elon has the emotional intelligence of JD Vance
to be able to tiptoe around and yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir.
JD, and why I say do not treat that man lightly, I think he came from like poverty. I think his mom was like a drug addict, and then he ends up going to Yale. And then he becomes the VP of a guy that he campaigned against and said was horrible and like a tyrant. Do you know the level of emotional intelligence it takes to go from like a broke, middle America, broken family to an Ivy League institution to then VP for the guy who he doesn't always keep in it. Like, you can say things about Trump, but if it's advantageous for whatever his plan is, he will forgive you. He's kind of like Vince Mann in that regard, like whatever works for the thing. But like that takes high EQ. Even in that moment with Zelensky, he's managing Trump. Like he did have a moment for himself, but everything he said was, and you show respect to Trump and Donald Trump's office and what.
So he knows the game he's playing.
Oh, what I'm saying is, don't treat him lightly. What our coastal elites, we always do, is when someone has a kind of Southern accent, we think they're idiots, and we don't even really pay attention to them. And that man is someone, I see a problem with JD before I see Elon. But
what do you think is going to happen with Elon long term with Trump?
Nothing.
Do you think that he's going to dance through the minefield?
I think he's acutely aware of his limitations in America. He cannot physically be president. If he could be president, I think there is a concern. Because eventually he'll go, when they have an impasse, he'll just go, well, I'll just run against you. He cannot. The laws dictate he cannot.